Although the Caves and Cliffs update part 1 seems to have released, we are still waiting for quite a few features that have not made their way into the game yet. That is why in this video I'm going to be specifically talking about some new updated Caves and Cliffs bundles information, because this is one of those features that we are still eagerly awaiting to be officially released in this update. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Minecraft content. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now let's rewind our brains a little bit back to 2020. I'm pretty sure most of you really do not want to do that, but we are focusing specifically on the Minecraft Nether update, also known as 1.16, because with this update we got a very specific scenario where the official update released, 1.16 released, but just after the official first release of the update 1.16 we did actually get the Piglin Brute, which was an entirely new mob added to the game after the official first release of the full update. This was definitely quite unique, and I do not remember seeing anything happen like this before the Nether update, so it's definitely pretty interesting to see. And it seems like that exact same situation is being recreated, but this year in 2021 with the Caves and Cliffs update, because there's a few things that most of us are waiting for. Bedrock Edition players were waiting for candles, although over the last few days they've been added to Bedrock Edition and people are really loving them. It's a really cool feature. However, there's one thing that I have been really excited for that is actually currently missing from Java Edition. We'll talk more about that in a second, and it's also fully missing from Bedrock Edition. Now, something that's really interesting and does not make much sense is, just like with the Skulk sensor, you can actually enter a command to get bundles, and they're fully in the game, fully functional, they actually work, but just for some reason they're not in the creative inventory and there is no recipe in the game. Why is this? It's either because they are intended to be releasing in 1.18 or just because they simply were not ready for the launch, just like the Piglin Brute was not ready back with the release of the Nether update. And I've really not heard too much about this. Like, I've heard little talks going around about the bundles and what could possibly be happening with them, but let's speculate for a moment the reasons for them coming in 1.17 and the reasons for them coming in 1.18. Now, the biggest point I can see people believing for bundles releasing in 1.18 is that this is what is happening with the Skulk sensors. They were removed, sadly, and it seems like it is going to be releasing in 1.18 along with the Warden and the Deep Dark biome. All this Deep Dark stuff to be released in 1.18 just kind of bundled together. It does make quite a bit of sense, just like how the Axolotl was released with the Lush Caves. It does actually make quite a bit of sense, but if you think about it, will they really be releasing in 1.18? I personally believe they will be releasing in 1.17, or at least a later version of 1.17 as a part of the Caves and Cliffs update part 1, and here is why. The bundles are actually pretty interesting, and they were removed to make some little changes to them that seemed like they were needed, and the fact that they are such a big feature and they were announced to be coming as a part of this update for so long just makes me think that Mojang really cannot not add them at this point. But on the contrast to that, and I guess this does make a bit more sense now I think about it, they have also been removed from Java Edition. If they were going to be making their way to the game as a part of a future part of 1.17, maybe an update in the next few weeks, I really do think that the bundles would have been on Java Edition. It does not make much sense that they would have been removed just to be added back to Java Edition, but maybe for Bedrock, if them coming a bit later, that would make a bit of sense. That, as I said earlier, that's what happened with the candles. They were not there at launch, but they were shortly after added. So at the moment I really am not certain about what is going to be happening with the bundles, if they will be releasing as a part of the next Caves Caves and Cliffs update part 2, or if they will literally be as a part of part 1. But all we really know so far is that they're still in the game. They can be got through cheats and you can actually use them and they're functioning, so I see no reason at all for them not to be added as a part of the Caves and Cliffs update part 1. It just does not make a huge load of sense to me if I think about it, and I do strongly believe that over the next few weeks we might be inbound for a small little update that will bring us bundles. I know there's a lot of people out there really disappointed about this and the bundles not being in the game because of how much of a huge feature they are and how much they were actually teased and talked about back at Minecraft Live in 2020, but just keep this in mind. If a feature is not ready, Mojang's not going to add it, no matter what we say, if we think it's ready or not. If Mojang does not think it's ready, they will not add it, believe me on that. They've done this in the past with so many things, so I think at this point we can expect this kind of thing to happen. And at the end of the day, you've got to realise all of this was done through the terrible year, which was 2020 and 2021, and it was a very hard time for the developers. I'm guessing that some things had to be rushed and a lot of it was probably done working from home or remotely due to the situation of the world currently, and I guess that this just set the reality in for Mojang that this is really not what they wanted for these features, and not that they're going back to the drawing board specifically, but they want to give them a bit of extra time to make sure they are as good as possible. An example of this is with the archaeology update, where Mojang actually talked really freely about this. They said that the reason it's been postponed indefinitely is because they wanted to make it just more Minecrafting, they wanted it to fit the game, and they wanted it to work how they imagined it. So I'm guessing this is a similar situation with the bundles, that they just want to make them more Minecrafty and as good as possible. And this would make sense because I know a lot of players have really had some issues with the bundles, saying they do not feel Minecrafty due to how the items get actually in the bundle and how they stack. Some people are really annoyed at them, however there's a lot of people that really do like them, so this kind of split in the community about this feature, I'm guessing, is the reason they are not in the game initially at launch. But to finish up, I just want to say, with what we've saw over the past few days with the release of the Caves and Cliffs update, a bunch of bug fixes and the release of the candles to Bedrock Edition, I would not be shocked if we actually see the release of bundles to the game, everyone. So let me know down below what you think, and if you think you have any theories or speculation about this. But that's it for this video, everyone. Check us out on Twitter and Twitch, there's links to both of those down below in the description, and comment down below what team are you on, Team Glow Squid or Team Axolotl. And if you've not already, be sure to drop the video a like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Minecraft content. I'm going to be covering everything from the release of the new Minecraft UI update all the way up until 1.19 and beyond. It's going to be insane, everyone, so that you do not miss it. Of course, turn on that notification bell and become a part of this community. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching and goodbye.